Everyone else clap.
Alright guys, welcome to our first episode of MAGINHAWA podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, today we have special guests. You had me at Paolo, Hannah and Grace, and sadly Leonard could not be here. He has holy duties today.
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday. But anyway, he's here in spirit. But today we're actually here. Okay, I didn't mean that. That was really today we're actually going to be talking about the biggest Filipino festival in Europe. That's what they say anyway. Which is
Barrio
Fiesta. Barrio Fiesta. So for anyone that doesn't know what Barrio Fiesta is,
Yo, Josh and Jade are here, you know. You can introduce them. We're not just
Right.
chopped liver.
No, wait.
Hello. Guys,
Right.
I know you exist.
No way.
Alright, she may not, but I know you exist. Alright.
Guys, I'm just really nervous. It's our first podcast, and
Josh and Jade, hi.
Right.
you guys know Josh and Jade, right?
Everyone knows Josh and Jade?
If you don't, this is Josh.
Hello.
Say hi, Josh.
Hi.
And this is Jade.
Bonjour.
And I'm May. And this is Omar.
Yeah, Josh actually he sang at the event.
Yes.
Right? He's one of the performers.
Which we'll be talking about.
Yes. Jade, we're not doing it now.
No.
Let's do it now. Jade.
You've just
Alright,
said the whole conversation.
I've committed. Like Josh sang, Jade helped us. We're one of the purveyors there, one of the vendors, and we served our Mamasons ice cream. You want to say what you did?
I was the videographer for one of the artists there, and influencers.
Yeah,
And
so we were
influencers,
the
yeah.
vloggers that we
So
just-
basically, it's all angles, people's involvement for Barrio Fiesta, and what we did for the day and for those 2 days, and our experiences behind that, right? Cool.
Anyway,
Just like took
thanks for
over.
cutting. You just ruined the whole script. So now I'm gonna have to improv.
This is a podcast, no script, no script, yo.
Like the talking points that you just made me go through right now. Anyway, erase. Basically, Barrio Fiesta. We need to tell them what it is. Guys, do you want to tell them what Barrio Fiesta is?
Alright,
Barrio Fiesta. Barrio Fiesta, London Barrio Fiesta.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest Filipino cultural events,
Yeah.
mixed with like art, entertainment, food, and it's like a day out. I've been going there and attending since I was a kid. I haven't gone for a long while, probably about 6-7 years. Alright, same with everyone here.
Yeah.
Alright, but
It's been going on for 35
35 years. I remember going when I was like probably when they had haystacks for chairs and stuff like that. Yeah, and I was actually one of the first male pageants as a little 8-year-old boy. My mum made me that job, and I did win something. I remember. I think it was a sympathy kind of prize. But yeah, I remember that. Anyway, yeah, and I used to have a jeepney there, and we used to take pictures of the jeepneys.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
It's like a little photo booth.
Yeah. And then yeah, it was cool. You know, you get Filipino food, you get to hang out, and you know, the older you get to chill out with your friends, and then at that time, you know, go check other girls and versus, you know, guys and right?
Yeah.
Right. Not now, obviously. Not now. But yeah, that's my experience. Yeah, I don't check girls no more. Obviously, I don't have to.
Sound like a perv, but sure.
What? To like check girls? I sound like a normal human being, right?
Yeah.
And you know,
And he was like, I check girls.
can we just?
Don't get so defensive, it's okay.
I'm gonna pat myself down.
Shady.
I love that does that.
Microfiber cloth.
Yeah, Josh does that all the time. Yeah, so it's basically where Filipinos gather around one time a year.
Yeah, it's a weekend.
It's a weekend event. It's a weekend event, and they bring their families a pot of rice, some barbecue.
I've never brought a pot of rice, but you
Not
see
on fire.
families out there.
Yeah.
The gazebo.
They have
They're bringing a pot of rice out the bag, man,
Yeah.
and they're actually there
Like
with their
barbecue.
plate. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
And it's just a nice day out to get a taste of home.
it's like Glastonbury
It's
for
so far
Filipinos,
away.
but not as cool and more hygienic,
Yeah.
right?
What?
That's why.
Glastonbury.
Yeah, not as many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. But you get cool performers like Josh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today we just wanted to talk about everyone's participation in the event and what everyone did
Their experience.
and their experience, because we haven't been in such a long time. And we're going to start it off with Jade, actually.
Yeah.
Because Jade has been participating and serving food with her family.
I just want to add that this is the first time we've all been there in a while,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to touch on that.
Yeah, so I think the difference is here now is like the way they're trying to market and target us as a demographic. They're really pushing it this year. They did push it this year,
Yeah.
and getting in touch with like influencers and videographers like yourself and Mamasons and the brands like new food purveyors is something they really kind of invested in. You know, so like you as a family, your family used to be one of those vendors, right?
Yeah.
Or the OG vendors, right? So like me, Mamasons, Romulo Cafe, was it called Bong Bong?
That's our part later.
Yeah, but Bong Bong, right? We are all new school purveyors, new school retailers of the event.
Yeah.
And we all had our own strip there.
It's part of their new concept of rebranding Barrio Fiesta.
Yeah, so Jade, for example, her family was the OGs in terms of food. And it's actually interesting what she was telling us before, because when they asked us, I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, are you sure we should be doing this, mate? I mean, these OGs are OGs, you know, they prep for 1 month beforehand, before the day.
He actually said that these OGs are OGs.
Yeah, you can't compete with them. You know, they're staying the night over there. They're using their family as free labor, all right? And yeah.
Oh my god, I can't. So basically, we've been ever since I was born. They've been doing it before it. So ever since they started, they've been going. When it was in Hounslow.
How old is that, Jade?
I'm 18, fresh 18.
Just turned 18.
Just turned
Fresh off the
18.
Yeah, just had
Legal.
the
Fresh off the booth.
But yeah, so like you can see a change for it, because when it's back in Hounslow, we actually had to make the own stall because they never had the tents ready.
Right.
So we had to make our own stall, be there from 4 a.m. all the way till the next day, 12 a.m. All of us.
Yeah, but you were telling me as well, your prep, you used to make
Our prep.
longanisa at home
Yeah,
1
yeah,
month
yeah.
before the event.
So all the adults would be in the conservatory, like putting the sausage inside, and all the kids had to run back and forth to the dining room.
Drying
That's where it's drying.
Drying
so
the
like,
sausages
yeah,
and
so
fish.
I think the room's this big. It was just loads of longanisa lined up,
That's so funny.
and then we have to twist it. So
So you know
That's
how to make
insane.
longanisa.
I used to do the
I can do that.
barbecue stick as well, right?
Barbecue sticks, bruv.
And like
That-
skewering little
yes.
pieces of meat, like probably what?
Four on one stick.
How many thousands did you have to do?
Like one whole freezer was full of it.
Oh, that's insane.
And
That's
then
insane.
what else we got?
How long did it take you to skewer them barbecue sticks?
2 days.
2 days.
Non-stop.
Wow.
Lola never let us stop unless, we would actually
Did you
like
get paid?
£20
Oh
within
my-
those
for the
£20
month.
for the month. Well, obviously I was young, so I was like, you know
That was
what,
big
it's
money.
fine. Yeah, that was like £100 to me. I mean.
See, as a business, how can I compete with that? I can't.
Yeah.
I gotta pay everyone I use, man. You know, for the hour. They got it tracked on a new app, and you
Yeah.
guys couldn't do that. No.
Yeah, but we're all happy because like that's the only time where our whole family will come together.
Yeah.
Because like throughout the rest of the year, we won't really see each other that much.
Yeah.
Our Barrio Fiesta is the one that
But
brought
that's-
us all together.
That's really cool. Like
Yeah.
a sense of community and purpose. Like
Yeah.
you guys all, and it was fun. It wasn't
Yeah, it was
just hard
fun,
labor.
yeah,
and you
yeah.
get to see your cousins and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
So-
And then you were, even at the event, you would have to you'll sleep over.
Yeah. So we split it. So all the dads or the titos, they'll sleep over.
Yeah.
And then it's either my Lola and Lolo who will sleep over as well. But then all of us will go to our cousins who live like 20 minutes away. So that's just one house full of like 15 of us. So we'll have to like squeeze in the living room. You see like those memes of like Filipinos.
Yeah.
They're all fit in like a little Tetris thing.
Yeah.
So one's at the end of the feet, one's at the like dining table underneath there.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we all used to sleep over, wake up really early, go there, fit in all the car, 15 people in a 7-seater car.
That's it. I saw.
Yeah.
You see kids running about. During the setup, because we were there a couple of days earlier, making that big bamboo hut, like
Sorry,
actually cutting
1
bamboo.
second. I think the Canon is not recording.
What did they call us, by the way?
They called us the Philly Food.
The Philly Feast.
That's what they're all called, no?
No, Philly Food. We're the
Philly-
Philly Food UK. So,
Philly
and
Feast.
That's Philly Food, and this
Yeah.
one was Philly Feast.
yeah,
Philly Feast.
Yeah.
we're Philly Food.
What are we?
Your strip was Philly Food.
Philly Food.
And they were. You guys were. Well,
Philly Feast.
the OGs were Philly
Yeah.
Feast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty shit, innit?
But the OGs did not care, they covered all those sides,
covered
man. They were like, I don't want this side.
They probably did their own thing.
We were by the toilets, which I thought was the right spot because
It was a good spot.
everyone needs to use the toilet, right?
Everyone walked past.
But then by the time everyone hit the Philly Feast, the OGs. I'm gonna call them the OGs.
Yeah.
Can everyone just call them the OGs?
OGs.
All right. When they hit the OGs, by the time they got to us, we were okay. Good timing for dessert. You know, I mean, they saw us there when they hit the toilet. But then I think what kind of suffered was the new school people trying to compete with the OG people.
Yeah.
Because OGs, they offer great value, man. I mean, you got free ulam.
Yeah,
Right?
man.
It was like three ulams
Yeah,
and a
Right.
and a drink.
A drink for $6.50.
Ulam is like a
$6.50.
main dish
Yeah.
for people that don't
That's
know.
Yeah.
similar, like bonbons, like their food is nice.
It's
right?
nice, but it was what,
No
£8,
one's-
£9 a
no
wrap,
one's
yeah?
gonna pay for that.
Same with our Romulo's, like you get a
Yeah.
slider and
Yeah.
you know, it was for me. Like luckily we were doing dessert.
Yeah.
If we weren't doing dessert, I don't like. We had the option of doing savory food,
Yes, we do.
and I was telling May previously that I was like, no way can I compete with your lot.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
they
it's hard,
initially
it's hard.
wanted Ramo to be doing it as
I
well.
know.
It'll be too hot.
Yeah.
For noodles, man.
It's for us. It's less. It's more. It's less stressful opening up a bricks and mortar restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, and going through that because
You know what would have been hard? Like, people use their hands to eat anyway with the
Yeah.
ulam. Imagine ramen. You can't have that with your hands.
I'll still eat with my hands.
I'll put rice in it.
Yeah, but that mango peach pie though.
Yes.
Oh, that would eat
Oh
that
yeah,
good.
that would have been good.
That would have
Yeah.
been good.
I would've-
Next year.
Huh?
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 Really? We'll see.
What's that?
We'll see.
No, but it was interesting to see the new school and the old school. Knowing what did you guys think anyway?
It was really good, like, because at least the OGs were really good because you could see the food, like you see what they offer and everything. But like for the other vendors, like you could just read their menu. That's it. You don't
That
know
was
what
it,
looks
right?
like. Yeah.
I think that kind of worked for
That's fine.
street food stalls and markets within central London, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
people are used to that price point and used to that kind of dining experience where you're not sure what you're gonna get, you know. Whereas Filipinos, OG Filipino like consumers as well, you want to see what
They
you're gonna
like
eat.
to- yeah.
And
Like
that-
the barbecue
Yeah.
stall was like selling. They had queues like.
The queue was non-stop, man. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And people were
Always,
ordering like
always.
10, 20
Yeah.
sticks at a time.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it was insane. For like 10 sticks, and these barbecue sticks were almost the size of my arm, man. They were huge.
Yeah.
They were huge. I was like for me in the food business, trying to calculate. I was there just trying to do the maths. Like, how many are
That's
they?
too much maths.
Yeah, how many are they making? I'm like, it's probably a couple of thousand, 3,000-4,000 a day.
Yeah,
That's probably
bucket
10,000. They probably made 10-12 grand plus. You know, they're starting skewering now for next year. You know, I'm thinking, how the hell do they do all those sticks in one? You know, yeah. So
Yeah, and by this time, the lady was like, Anak, that woman's been staring for a long time now. Like, give him a barbecue stick. And they actually let us jump the queue because we were there
You're
looking at
staring
it for so long.
yeah, but I was there just trying to do the maths. So
And I was like,
I was looking at him like,
In the trance.
yeah, for me, little drool down the side.
and they were like, oh, what do you want? And he was like, barbecue. And you're not allowed to do that, right? So it's like a separate line for the barbecue and then a separate line for the ulam.
No, but the trick was you order the ulam. They had the barbecue line, and then they had the little stews and stuff and a adobo and then go on. So you have to order something from there, and then you go to the guy, yo,
Okay, awesome.
some barbecue, and they'll ration it though. So you get to jump the queue. So next year if you're there,
Barrio hacks.
yeah, you wanna jump the queue
Wait,
for
no,
barbecue.
he got strict on the Sunday because they didn't let them do that on Sunday.
Oh right.
Yeah. It was only because you were staring at them for so long.
Yeah.
That
No.
they were like,
The trick is to
So bad
stare.
for you,
One.
yeah, step
Just freak them out. Make them feel
one, period
uncomfortable.
of time.
Yeah, that was cool. No, I respected them. I had to shake his hand. I'm like, yo, what's your name? You know, your operation is sick. You know, they had barbecue after barbecue. They had a production wheel, and that I respect a lot. I mean, I'm just trying to work out how much they were making and if it was worth the time. But anyway, sorry, I'm geeking out on the food. Yeah. So what was your favorite dishes there? I mean, what did you like?
We didn't actually eat that much, like
Yeah.
throughout the whole weekend because we were like so busy. Like
But isn't like most of your
What was
content
that?
anyway is food,
Right.
right? So
No.
It was.
so-
That's what we were hoping for. But
We
the
didn't
thing
get the
is,
food.
yeah. So every vlogger actually had briefs on what they had to cover.
Yeah.
right.
They
We
put.
had
So
the
they
games
put. Yeah.
for us.
So we had to cover the games.
Games.
Really?
What's
Games.
the
At
game?
At a
Games.
corner, like in the very.
Which-
Wasn't it like hidden in a
Yes.
corner?
Yeah, it's
right?
hidden, like
It
it was
in
literally
between
behind
tents.
everything.
I didn't even know
else.
they had games.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we didn't
You'll
cover the
see
food
it.
part, unfortunately. So there was like Big E had to cover the
Yes,
food
Big E,
part.
yeah.
Right.
That's why we were like, oh man. But even then, like
We
I
just
think
tried some like escramble.
the whole vlogger thing was like very well done. So like, it was a good start. So
Yeah.
again, it was like the first year, right? There's gonna be like
Mm.
a lot of like kinks with it that you're gonna.
So how did they engage with you? So what was, you got a phone call? How did that work?
So yeah.
Go.
No, because basically Paolo knows the organizer, isn't it? What's her name?
Hannah.
Yeah, it's Hannah,
like
yeah.
Mary Hannah. Grace.
Right.
Mary Hannah Grace.
So she was trying to get vloggers out because again they're trying to bring all the new school kids back to Barrio.
So they were going for the whole influencer
Yeah.
strategy. They saw your
Yeah. So
your
even
videography.
outside of just knowing her, they were gonna ask you had me to come anyway,
Right.
and that's when they asked us, have you got any other vlogger
Yeah.
people that you know? So we're like PM21AM, Biggie Travels,
Yeah.
and then Kim and so on and whatnot.
Okay, so you kind of like referred the other videographers and vloggers.
Yeah, so we just
Was
gave
event.
them suggestions, but it's still them to.
You had a cool tight crew there. I mean, when I saw
There was a
them,
lot of us.
yeah.
Mm.
Vlogging.
And so everyone had a different genre of the event.
Yeah, so they had
Yeah,
the,
so we had to cover.
project.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool.
We
So
had the Filipino games. Like,
The
so
Filipino
there was,
game.
Like Chinese garter and then like tumbang.
why did you
preso.
say that in that accent?
Chinese garter.
Chinese garter.
Chinese
garter.
Chinese garter. Well, you see in the vlog.
Alright.
We filmed it. So and then there's like tumbang preso.
What's the second game? I've never heard of the second
It's
game.
like you have to hit a can.
With your
With your
chinelas.
chinelas.
With your slippers.
Yeah.
Slippers. Like you just have to like.
I bang that up, man.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
sick of that.
Flying.
You kind of have to like.
When I'm in
Like a boomerang.
Yeah.
the province, man, all the kids are like,
That's like child discipline practice. You know?
Yeah, for when
Yeah.
you're
Exactly. So it was really fun. And then yeah, there was a couple of us there as well playing.
Yeah, I don't think we saw that many people go
In
to
that
that
corner.
area though, because it wasn't as like.
That's a
advertised
shame, man.
as
Because if
it
that was a bit more out, I would have
Yeah,
got
because,
involved myself.
yeah,
Like,
it
I'd
was
take
like all
it
the
back.
Teatime would have done it as
nostalgic
well,
thing to
yeah.
do.
That was handled by the guys from Philly Fest, so Rico and whatnot.
okay.
So
Right.
even- actually, what they said initially, that who was the was it my remit? Who was the tent close to them?
It's either my remit or the Philippines.
I know there was
One
Philippine.
Philippine.
There's like
One
a Philippine tourism board.
Yeah,
Apparently,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
apparently the
Definitely
games.
tourism.
That's what it was put back there because it was only people who signed up to that company were the only people allowed to go play the games.
What?
Why?
Wow.
And
That's
then
so
so Rico
So you
was
had to
like,
sign up to play the game.
yeah, and Rico was like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah,
So everyone just come along.
yeah, of
That's why they
course.
were hidden in that area again because that's their area, wasn't it?
That's such a shame.
Mm.
I know.
They could have.
It would have been cool next to Mamasons.
No, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna do it in that stage beside us. What do you call that stage beside us? I
The
forgot now.
satellite.
Yeah, satellite.
That's
That's
what
what
I
I thought.
thought too.
Yeah, because when we actually were setting up for Mamasons, so obviously we had our little tiny section for people waiting in and had our DJ playing music. And then when we were pitching that to TFC, they actually said that that we need to be careful with how loud we are and things like that because they had a stage where all the games were going to be at.
So there was two stages, right? They had
Yeah.
the main stage with all the acts and performers. You performed on the main stage, right? And then you had a stage where we were by the toilets as the
It's
mini
like a
stage.
mini stage.
And what was the purpose of that stage?
They initially told me that they're going to be playing games there and people are
No.
going
They
to
shut
be
it
DJing.
down. They shut it down. Like,
Oh.
Right.
that's it.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Nothing
No one was
happened.
on it.
Yeah,
It
no
was
one
just-
was
it
on
was
it.
just
There's one
boxes.
Tina that's like.
Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I saw one of my
Just see it
mates,
go
Jeff
around.
Knight, DJ in there for a bit, then he moved on to the bigger stage. But it was only probably a couple hours, an hour max, right?
Yeah, because if I had known, then I would have,
Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway.
I would have done nothing. No kidding.
No, it would have gone to take over that. It would have been good to take over that. And
Yeah, or at least helped
Yeah.
it, like if
Yeah.
they needed something, But apparently they had a program for it, things like that.
Cool. So, like your experience as a videographer, how did that kind of unravel? What did you feel? How did it go? Was it successful? Or
Yeah, it was well good, man. Because obviously
Yeah.
we filmed the promo for Barrio,
Right.
and then Roz, which was she was global head of music and talent at
Yeah.
ABS-CBN,
Global head of music and
Yeah.
talent. Damn.
and so she was like, "Hey, can you shoot for like an ego?" So I was like,
Oh my god.
"Yeah."
Who's
she
that?
was.
Who's that?
Oh, he's so beautiful. I can't
Inigo,
lie.
wasn't it?
Oh,
Inigo.
he's-
Inigo.
Inigo.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm
Papa
still new to
Pisa.
these performers. Inigo was one of the main guys. Who else?
KZ.
KZ.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
KZ. All right.
KZ.
Oh, she's sick.
Yeah, she's
She's
sick.
so
I
good.
saw her.
So
I
good.
saw that video you produced, and when they went to the BBC,
Oh, BBC one.
and
yeah.
she did that
She's amazing.
that
She's
performance
amazing.
on the mic. Oh
She's
man!
crazy.
Like when I saw that, I fell in love. Like she's incredible.
Performer.
Yeah, like I'm actually gutted now, but I didn't see any of her work beforehand. I would have been up there front stage and she was really good.
We had her for sound check as well.
Yeah, we
You know, her
drove.
soundcheck
We
was
went
good.
there and
Oh
you
really?
were
Yeah.
with us.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Oh,
You know what? We came in and obviously everyone's still setting up, so you could still drive around the whole park.
Yeah.
And
I
Jade was like,
drifting.
yeah. Jade was like, Indigo!
I could hear him.
Go
As soon as we came in the gate, I was like, oh my god, it's illegal. I was like, we're driving there. I was like shouting outside the convertible. I was like, illegal, look at me.
Oh, is that what you guys drove up?
Yeah.
I was just like, what are you guys doing there?
Who's Inigo? Who's that?
But you got to hang out with them, right?
Yeah, so slightly hang out with them. It's kind of like everyone was all in the same kind of tent in the main, like all the artists and performers were.
Yeah.
It was just really chill.
You're a fan?
I'm fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like I wasn't like that big of a
Were
fan.
you trying to be cool?
I was just like a cool. I was like,
But deep inside, you were like,
it was just like I was really cool. I was like, you know, Pia Words
Yeah,
was
sure,
just sitting
man.
right next to me, and I was like, who is
You're
this?
like, yo.
Who is
So
that?
what's your name?
Who is that? I was just like, okay.
but on your wallpaper was like Pia.
No, but it was cool. I mean, they're all really nice, and like
we were
it was really
getting
cool.
snaps from him Instagram. Look. He sent us the video, and they'll be there eating something. It's like, oh shit, I'm hanging out with them.
No, but it was cool. I mean, like everyone was all really nice there. Like I think on my side as a performer, when I got brought in, we were like treated very well. Like
Yeah.
I would say, everything was done for us, food, transport. We just kind of turned up, and then they looked after us. So it was cool.
So they called you guys the local performers.
Yeah, so we're the local like Filipino artists there.
Yeah.
They're trying to like promote, because this year they wanted to change it up to make it more of like a more music festival to attract different demographic and things like that. So that's why on the Saturday it was Philly Bites / Philly Beats or something like that. Yeah,
Philly Beats.
something like that. And
What
then
was that?
So it's like a new concept that they wanted to bring on a Saturday.
Didn't even know.
That is
Philly
to be more highlighting music, Filipino music, Filipino
Okay.
talent in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, as well as a crossover, because I think that's what the whole reason why KZ and Anika were here.
Yeah,
To crossover from Philippines into like the global.
Make it global market.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like
Okay.
with that whole concept, again, we haven't been in like years, right? But that's what kind of drew me into it. Cause they're going to do Philly Beats, Philly Pies. They're going to try to make it like Coachella, like Philippines.
Right,
and stuff,
right.
So in that aspect, like that has a lot of potential.
Sorry guys, we had a quick bleep.
Yes, first
Glitch.
podcast.
Yes. One of the cameras died.
The
But
Canon fucking died, man. Sony is
Yeah,
living.
Sony really hold it in for us.
Sony, yeah, smashing it. All right.
thanks, Sony.
All right. So where were we?
So we were talking about the vloggers and their experiences for being invited to cover it as influencers.
Yeah. Oh
in the
yeah,
event.
like
Can I say you guys look great as a crew?
Yeah.
Thank
Your
you.
crew is
Styling.
nice crew, man. You know, you got a cool crew, like a.
Yeah, I love it.
I think what's great is like we're actually friends, like we're legit friends
Yeah.
before anything happens.
Right.
So it was like so easy.
Yeah.
Stop it.
to make it
Because
right.
Yeah, it's easy to
yeah.
just, yeah.
Sorry, I'm throwing a curveball. How did you all get together?
When did we all meet?
This is we met at a Tori Kelly concert years
Oh
back.
yeah.
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 Didn't she just perform recently, right?
Yeah.
And when you guys there, I swear you were
Yeah,
there,
we were
right?
there. We were
Yeah.
there. Pretty much all here.
Oh, is that okay?
Wait.
I don't even know who Tori Kelly is yet,
We-
so I'm sorry.
We invited him, and he was like,
Tori what? Hey? Kelly Rowland? Yeah. I know Kelly
That's how I
Rowland.
met. So we all just like, and then we had a friend. Yeah,
Yeah.
So we were just shooting videos, and then we just clicked like it was a name. We clicked the name, and we were like, oh,
And then,
we gotta make something out of it.
That's a good name. You had me at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that, the main name. Just, yeah.
That's a very good name. I like that a lot. So yeah, so about your experiences. Sorry.
Back
Sorry.
to it, I feel like it was a great idea. So when they thought about it, it was like, oh yeah, that's again new media, free promotion. Like the other vloggers, they've got like 5-digit subscriber cards, like 50k, 60k,
Yeah,
70k, right? So like they kind of knew that there was value in there, but on execution, they totally forgot about that part on the day, right?
Yeah.
And they were like focused back on traditional.
That's that old school
Yeah.
mentality,
Yeah.
man.
So I could tell the younger staff backstage and organizers, they were on it. I felt like it was some of the older generation that was kind of a bit like still.
Yeah,
Because
because from what I've heard, the numbers have been declining, right? I mean, that's probably the weather has factors.
it's to do with the fact they also ticket the event now as well.
Yeah, you
So
know.
before it was free, and I think this is the second or third year that they've ticketed the event. Third.
Yeah,
So it's quite new.
Simple business economics, price equilibrium. You know, you guys it's like they priced it at a point where they've discouraged people to come down, and obviously we need to use people like yourselves to increase the demand, and they need a whole new demo for that, because you know.
It's like, what's gonna convince them?
How much does it cost to get in?
£5.
£5 to get in. So you got a family coming down.
Yeah.
£5 each to get in. Then you got to get the drive down or a train down.
And like the train is like £15.
Yeah, no wonder people are smuggling a pot of rice out.
But
you know.
they never used to do that. When it was free, no one was allowed to bring food. But now,
okay.
like they allow that because obviously it's gonna make.
But then that sucks for like the vendors.
The vendors, yeah.
Who have been prepping for months and skewering and.
Because I'm sure
whatnot.
everyone there would want to. Obviously, it has to be a win-win deal for everyone there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So like the consumer needs to get value out of paying £5 and making the journey out there.
Yeah.
The vendors need to get value out of profit so they could return the next day.
Yeah.
You know, and like for you guys as well, you got to make sure you have the decent content or the exclusive kind of copy to make it worth your while as well, right? You know. So I mean, from what you've told us now, I mean, they could have probably helped out with that maybe.
Oh yeah, without that, like obviously, because from our promos, we said we're doing a lookbook. A lot of these like new kids were like, "What day? What day gonna be? You coming? You coming? You coming?"
It's
like,
oh really?
raining, yeah. Like, are we still on for the look?
So that has potential. Like, even us, we're only on like 1.2, like compared to the other, like, and we still managed to get people to go to the event, right? So you could imagine the bigger vloggers,
right?
If you accommodate them a little bit better, they could probably also bring in more younger audiences. Yeah.
Well, you guys got a cool niche, I reckon. That whole lookbook vibe going on.
We love that.
Genius. Yeah. Any event.
I'm working, so I'm learning from Mamasons.
Cause yeah, you guys love fucking posing, man. Like.
Nah. Low key, Omar was like, "What should we wear? Do you think they're gonna put us on the lookbooks?"
I ironed my shirt. Right? I was hoping to get a piece. I ironed my shirt. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, we're too old for the lookbook." Oh.
There's a lot of value of the vloggers that they invite, so good on them for trying this shit.
Yeah. And I hope next year they take on some of this feedback. You know?
But they also got to know what vloggers would be. If they obviously vloggers can't just do a clip, right? Because funny story, second day meet and greet, it was really quick. They were like, first day at least because they were late. They let every vlog group get time with Casey and Nigo.
Yeah.
Just a quick seconds, enough to get vlog content. Second day it was like up. But
something I noticed on Sunday, the security was
tighter. Well, because
it's the busiest day, right?
It was just artists.
And because Ann Curtis was there, right?
I guess.
Singing man.
Probably.
They were like tight. Like I even when I got backstage on the Sunday, and I was speaking to Bailey, and then we were just chatting, and then security was like, "Get up, come on, excuse me, boy, go." And I was like, I was like I wasn't here. Right.
Boy, you know.
Again, like, communication between the organisers and security.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Obviously they're doing their job, but like.
Yeah, because when we were there, obviously I knew they were hating the vloggers right now because they're taking a bit too much time vlogging. So legit, it was click, and then everyone up. But then you know everyone else was trying to vlog. Obviously, I got up because I'm not trying to step on any toes.
Yeah.
But one of the ladies, she was getting so annoyed. They're like, you're too long. And then in Tagalog, she was like, next year there's no vloggers, no vlog next year.
Really?
Yeah. Because they were taking a little bit, 1 more minute extra. It was like annoying, but I see where, I guess, fair enough time, but getting frustrated, like these guys, like.
Nah, mate, yeah.
We were obliged to film.
And you were doing it for free.
The whole day.
For free. 2 days of your time, man. 3 days of your time, and then your time post production as well. Free promotion. Come on, guys, fix up.
So luckily, I knew one of the other people, and obviously the one with Inigo, like Ali, and he was like, "Oh, is that your vlog group?" Like, they're cool. But then the other lady was like, oh, "You guys stressed me out, man," and then just walked off.
What? Where was she? Was she like in charge of the media side or anything?
No, she wasn't heading anything. She was just one of the other stuff. So she was just.
But I think, they definitely have that potential to tap into the younger demo with, getting in touch with, influencers and videographers and new food purveyors.
I think it's a great idea for them to.
And they really need to double down on that.
Yeah.
If they want to get those numbers for next year.
Did you see your guys' corner, like, every time we looked?
Yeah.
You had all the young crowd in your corner as if it was like.
So I think, like, on their side as well, I kind of understand what they mean when we got asked to do it. they were asking us for a long time to
It's
do
a great idea because I think that the
Yeah.
idea was great, but then on the day it's just they tuned into that old school.
Yeah, like-
They didn't get it yet.
It was quite
we were more, I think,
rigid.
it kind of felt like we were more of a pain than.
Yeah,
we felt that too.
they
You
kind of
know?
didn't like that we were having a DJ in the beginning. They were a bit too unsure about it. They were questioning our bamboo design. They loved the initial pitch, so we pitched it to them about a few weeks after we just did Taste of London.
Yeah, because Taste of London, we had a tent, right?
Yeah,
Taste
like
of London
a similar
itself,
one that everyone
just
had
to
in
be
Barrio
part of
Fiesta.
Taste of London, that helps with our brand equity, all
Yeah.
right? But then just the experience of being there, we saw these massive tents with like huge layouts and great. I mean, it looked great. And none of them were there to make money.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I don't like. They're not there to make money. They're there for brand equity.
Yeah.
Whereas the purveyors and vendors in Barrio Fiesta are there for cash flow. They're there for a profit.
Money.
Right? So I thought, okay, you know what? Let's switch it up. Let's invest a bit more in the way we look. Let's create a brand experience. People come
Yeah.
down and invest in brand equity. Let's just play like these big boys play.
Yeah, I mean, not only just for brand equity for us, but us, like as Mamasons, we have a responsibility socially to, you know, support the community and like Filipino culture and food, and that's why we wanted to do it as well.
Yeah, so like one of the people we've engaged with, Jan, great girl, amazing bamboo architect. Yeah, a good friend of ours.
Yeah,
She helped us
design
put it
it
all together, design it, and
and
we
help us
actually
build
ordered
it.
the bamboo.
so good.
Yeah, we were there 2 days earlier.
Definitely
And we were just cutting bamboo. Yeah, we have some definite lifetime skills now. Like,
no, you answer.
That's it. Saddle,
Saddle latch,
So,
There's not saddle
saddle hatch.
Saddle something.
we did one fence and it all fell apart. It all just tumbled. Like,
No, wait.
a bit tighter, guys. Come on.
It's saddle latch. Saddle latch.
We'll check. Please.
Yeah, it wasn't under, over, not this. Yeah, it was crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Yo, that was hard.
So we
See all
did
these
that.
lines on my
Okay,
palms.
and as much as
That's
we
from
understand, that was great for like content creation as well.
yeah.
You know, for the videos up to it. So a big part of, you know, when we do something, we want to create a little bit of hype. So that narrative towards we're gonna be there. So we just don't want a basic tent which they offered.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure there's.
And I think because we see it as we're doing a lot of things for the experience and to be different and to be fun and unique, whereas they see us as,
Taking over.
what are you doing? Like, why do you have to be so difficult? Why do you need like all this extra space?
Why you be so old age?
Why are you covering the toilet for?
No, but listen, we work within the parameters they set. We did okay, and
Yeah.
and at the end they let us. So yeah, I mean, no qualms with that. But it was, you know, I think now that they seen what we've done and what we can do. Maybe next year we could, if it.
I think
comes
it was very difficult, the whole setup. I agree with the communication part for this year because they want to create a different experience at Barrio Fiesta, and they invited like vloggers and us to kind of boost that that vibe this year and to get the young people to come. Because I remember last year when they started ticketing the event and we just opened Mamasons, we thought we were going to be dead for Barrio Fiesta. Like that weekend in Mamasons, we thought everyone was going to be there. But actually, we were really busy. Like all the kids were at Mamasons and we were like, what's going on? Like, why are you guys not at Barrio Fiesta? And they're like, oh, you know what, I'd say it's expensive, it's far.
We went.
They-
last year.
Yeah, you guys went last year, right?
Also,
Empty.
really, what, more than this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think last year they tried to do this vlogger thing before.
Yeah, really.
So I just recently started. My
You were
YouTube
the
channel.
vlogger
I
last
recently
year.
started-
Vlog 1 year. stay
She
there.
was vlogging
It was so weird,
last
right?
year.
Yeah, I asked, they were like, someone messaged me from TFC, but this was a representative.
Oh my
from
god, I completely
Philippines.
forgot.
So it was Filipinos from Philippines trying to find some people who are vloggers or doing something at least on social media, and it was a thing where they messaged me and was like, I didn't believe it at first. I was like, some random person on Facebook saying from TFC gonna give me this, that, and then they were like, okay, cool. Then communication wise at that time as well was like, I didn't know where to get my VIP tickets. I didn't know nothing. I was just treated like a VIP. There was nothing like on my side, and then this year they changed it to be very more vloggery.
So they've improved.
Yeah, hello. I mean, like last year, they said they were gonna give me like food vouchers, no food
bro,
vouchers.
we were
I just-
hungry for the whole day.
Yeah, like I had to just get VIP, and it was like I just paid for VIP, but like free VIP.
Wasn't there an issue with your food? Something I heard, right?
On the second day,
Yeah.
first day was fine, but
Right.
on the second day, we
It just
waited.
took
It took too
forever, like.
long.
Really?
And then they told us
Came
the
at
food
like
was
3
coming,
o'clock.
and then so we stayed there. Like we were gonna go and try the other vendors.
I was itching because I was like, this
Yeah,
is
and I was like, what don't we
time.
see the food that they had, like
So
the
it's
other
okay.
vendors, but
Yeah.
they said, oh yeah, we're coming with the food, so we just waited and then.
When they giving like vouchers out or something?
No.
No?
How
That's
did-
what we thought we were.
They would literally hand deliver the food.
Oh,
and
really?
They prioritise all the other vendors
Yeah.
first, like
Wouldn't it would have been more efficient as videographers and content creators just to give you the vouchers, go to the store,
Yeah,
capture
yeah.
that content, and
It
export
was
it.
just from one store too. I forgot which one. but one
Oh,
of the
really?
OG stores, yeah. So
And then it was
We
like
couldn't
long
really
by
do
the
that.
time it got
Yeah.
to
I remember
us.
before they used
Yeah.
to do it for all.
for
Like all the organisers, they'd be able to have a voucher and you just
nah,
give it.
yeah. For us, they just gave us the box.
And it was the same. Like we had the same thing on Saturday and Sunday.
As a start comparison, I mean, obviously we just did Taste of London a few months before Barrio Fiesta, and we had our own account manager there, and
Yeah.
they all checked up on us every single
3
day,
times a
three
day.
times a day, and was everything all right? How's it going? Sorted out the tickets, and you could tell
Yeah.
the people they've invited or any
They
pre-ticket
have them a
had
special
vouchers.
like golden like necklace thing.
Yeah, I mean they'll go and they'll just
Yeah.
redeem the voucher there. So for us, you can see the comparison.
And then your account manager would actually escort like any influencer or vlogger to the stand to introduce them to like the owners
Yeah.
or like whoever's in the store at the time, and then we get like minutes to talk to the influencer or the vlogger, and they're quite huge. Like we had like Felicity Spector, some of the owners of the other restaurants from Hoppers, Ravneet. So it's like great to be able to talk to people that we normally don't
In the
get
industry,
a chance
yeah.
to, you know? And they get introduced to Mamasons and they get the experience from us,
yeah,
like firsthand.
yeah.
Whereas I remember like it was so crazy in Mamasons and the line was insane, and this lady came up, she queued up to be fair, and she was like, "Hi, like put extra leche flan, huh?" It's basically the creme
Was it
caramel.
Taste of London or?
No, this was in Barrio.
Barrio,
Sorry,
yeah.
Barrio. And she was like, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't want to piss anyone off because it was Tita, and Titas are fierce in
Oh
Barrio
my god,
Fiesta.
that teacher that was staring at you.
Yeah,
And she-
one was just giving me the death
Oh my
stare.
god,
All of them. Oh my gosh. But this one in particular, she was like, oh, I add extra leche flan, huh? And I'm like, I kind of ignored it because I was like, I'm not doing that. It's like, and I gave it to her. Yeah, I gave it to her, and she was like, is that it? Do you know this is for artista? And like the famous singers, and I'm like, yeah, where are they? No one told me it's for artista. None of the organizers told me it was for anyone particularly. So I'm like, how do I know? So that's like a missed opportunity for us, like, because I don't know if she's just chatting shit.
Listen,
or not.
every customer is an artista to us.
I know, but
Alright.
she was really upset. She was like, why are you not putting extra leche flan on it? And then in the end, I think I just put it on because
For some reason, every Filipino wants extra leche flan in the halo halo.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
No, you know what? I could see them all comparing it. They're looking at someone else's cup
Oh yeah.
and like
Yeah.
looking at the ratio of leche flan to see if we were fair.
So we definitely had like two different types of
Customers.
We had the OG consumers who are used to go
Yeah.
to the other OG
Yeah.
vendors, and they're coming here and there's loud kind of trap music playing. And I'm there with the mic calling out the numbers, and they just look at me like this. I'm waiting. I'm
But you know what
waiting.
it is? Like,
Right.
as soon as you get their order, they literally go to the waiting place and they're already handing
Yeah, the hand in my
And she's like, give it to me now. I'm like,
Yeah.
Tita, please wait. Like, I was told like 2 orders behind.
But
Yeah.
even until, that's scary, man.
Yeah.
I was like there, and then they were like, how much is your halo halo? And I'm like, $6.50. And they would literally give me the nastiest look. They were like, and then we look at the menu like, $6.50? Huh? Huh? And then you'd have all the customers at the back being like, oh yeah, $6.50. Oh, and I'll be like, it's $6.50. It's not going down. But they get it anyway. So I think in the beginning I was a bit startled, but then
I think once they see it, because
Yeah.
our halal is different because everyone didn't do it like ice cream with it.
Yeah.
It's
We
like
were the
a
only ones
top.
doing ice cream on top.
Yeah.
they got nicer towards
Yeah.
the end
Yeah.
when everyone else had it. But the first batch of customers, bro, they were like grilling me
No,
hard.
but it was intense. It got really like the second day in particular. The lines were really
Bro,
long.
man was breaking
So it's
down.
hard.
I was
It was
like,
no. We had a production kind of system there. And
Yeah.
one person was shaved ice. One person was just on like lecture flan. One person
Yeah.
was a scooper. You know, so they were everyone. Yeah, it was literally a factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jade started crying for a little bit.
I cried for about 4 minutes.
What are you
She
talking
was
about?
there like
I was
cutting
crying.
panda style
Yeah, I
for the
was like,
bin.
I was like, I want to go home.
She wasn't just crying for a bit. She cried.
Yeah, and like
she cried every
we had no time
break
to,
she could
we had
cry.
no time
she
to
cried.
sympathize. You were like, Jade's crying.
I was like, spit like king.
Like, here you go, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Nah, it was funny. I think everyone had a little cry.
It was just too much.
Nah, it
It was
wasn't.
good, it was good. But that time when our electric went out, and then there was a group of Teatimes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
man.
God.
Yeah, our electric went and we couldn't shave ice. We couldn't do anything, and they just looking at
Yeah.
you.
It was just
Like
staring.
all the other vendors have the old school shavers, you know. We have the electronic ice shaver, so we're waiting for we need electric. Yeah, so they're just waiting,
Yeah.
and we're looking at them. They're looking at us. And we're trying to call for help. Yeah, it was gonna be a little riot there.
And I didn't know who to call. So it was so hard. I just literally saw someone at high vis, grabbed them. I'm like, help me, there's no electric. And they're like, where are you from? I had this tent. I was like, I don't work here. And I'm like, oh my god! And literally, so many people wearing high vis. And then I finally got the right person, but it was taking so long.
But
But
they didn't tell you like who to go to.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a bit of a funny one. But
Yeah.
it was brief. We were good with the electrics, just because.
Yeah, Josh helped us out on the second day though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a superstar the first day. After nah, I need your help second day, mate. I need your help second day. No, but what was that like? You performed on that stage. Have you performed before on that stage?
I have when I was younger.
All
It
right.
was
Like me when I was 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Consolation prize.
It was
Yeah.
part of like a dance group and things like that. But I kind of like didn't want it. It was a very different vibe when you perform on Barrio Fiesta. Like the way they get. So usually performers, local artists would be right at the beginning. So it'd be like the early morning 9 a.m. till like the main program of TFC. So it's split over two. So it's Philippine Center in the morning, and then TFC kind of taking the main part with all the artists. But usually like Philippine Center would just be like, okay, who do they know that's kind of like singing all the time, that's in the know like Filipino community, and they'll just ask them to come down and be like, do you want to perform? And then if you get there, they'll just be like, all right, get on stage, perform. Nothing, like no brief, nothing. It's just kind of like a
Open.
busking type of
Yeah.
open mic type.
Yeah.
Just come on.
But
go on stage.
this year you were telling me you had like
Full on stage
a sound check.
Yeah. No, this year was
You had
They-
like
you had
fucking backup
backup
dancers,
dancers.
bro.
You had choreography.
Yeah.
When I saw that,
Bloody roll.
Do your body roll. Do your body roll.
No. but yeah, no. This year I got asked by TFC, so by Hannah, the same person, and
Wanna
I
make
got
it bigger?
I got started from Philly.
Philly Fest, yeah.
Yeah, so I performed at Philly Fest, and then that's how Hannah found me, and then kind of like.
So you mentioned Philly Fest quite a few times. So Philly Fest was a little tiny Filipino festival,
Didn't run.
Yeah.
student run, UCL,
Yep.
right? And they did they did a little mini Barrio Fiesta basically,
essentially.
and that's when they got all the other younger kids to perform and
Got banged out, man.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
where your lookbook was born.
That was.
You know?
No, that was a cool event though. Hats
Yeah,
off,
Philly
man.
Fest was.
Hats off. I mean, like
Potential, I would say.
Yeah.
Even though it was small,
it was small, but like people gravitated
Yo,
towards
people
it.
came from outside of London.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
people. I was like,
Yeah.
yo.
You know what?
Good because location too.
Yeah, you could do like
That
two
venue was
sessions of that
incredible,
easy.
man. That was. I mean, they got. I'm assuming they probably got it for free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but it looked. There's just this like location was great, and you go inside there, and
And
there's
it looks
massive
great.
pillars and
Yeah.
this beautiful
Yeah.
building,
Yeah.
and everyone was there.
Yeah.
It was great, you know. Hopefully they do it next year. You know, that was
I
great.
think they want to go around different unis. Right?
Oh really? Well, hats off to them as well.
Yeah, Philly societies,
Yeah,
like all
societies,
connected.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
right,
that
right.
venue was nice. So.
Yeah.
That was sick.
But yeah, Philly Fest is probably what Barrio would want
Yeah.
in a bigger scale.
But can you see that evolving? Like, I mean, Philip Fest was they did it and they did it very well, and they tapped into just that demo.
That demographic.
All right,
yeah.
but then I could see older people go in there just because it's a nice
I think
vibe.
for food, the whole vlogging and media part of it, I think they could execute maybe next year. But in terms of food, like for us and the other new people they got on board compared to the OGs, I think it's always going to be difficult to match them or like function and make money the same way that the OGs do. Just because when I go to Barrio Fiesta, I'm there to get that meal deal, the ulam, the types of offerings that you don't have all the time, like chicharon bulaklak.
Yeah, they had like quick. I was like,
all that stuff. Yeah, traditional Filipino
and
food.
stuff like that, yeah.
Like I can actually say that the food in Barrio Fiesta is traditional Filipino food.
I think even if you go in there as a content creator for food, it's interesting, you know, because you see dishes that you wouldn't even see now in in Filipino pop-up brands or you know.
Or even in Philippines, I was in Philippines recently, so you had it right, and even going to like the Korean area, which is like a corner place where you have all the kind of same format style of food, you don't see much of that anymore in Philippines. So I think that was quite nice, seeing that in Barrio Fiesta, all the food laid out and displayed like you guys said. Versus as when you go to like the Curb or street food market here in London, where it's very
it's an interpretation.
Yeah.
If you do have Filipino food. An interesting point. What would you compare it with? I mean, Barrio Fiesta to another cultural event that exists in London at the moment. Isn't that one in Burgess Park, that Latin festival? Have you guys ever been?
Ghana in the Park is very similar.
Yeah.
Which one?
Ghana in the Park. It's
Ghana in the Park, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like more of like Afro bashment and it's ticketed as well, and they also get like they're kind of like their celebs to come down, and it's a very family event as well.
Yeah. Where's it located?
I think around Enfield area.
Okay, so
North
it's
London.
quite accessible. Still.
Yeah, very accessible.
Yeah.
That happens every year, and it happens always the same time as Barrio Fiesta.
Yeah.
And that attracts the same kind of crowd for that type of market.
It might be
Like
worth
that.
those organisers hitting
Yeah,
that to see how they.
No, it's cool. Like I think, like I was thinking, like I was talking amongst friends and they were like, "Oh, should we go?" Because you know, Afro bashment is like a nice vibe. You know, just yeah.
You
I
up some
think
jollof
there
rice.
is their one is very traditional as well. Though
Yeah.
it's very like for their market only kind of thing, as well as Barrio Fiesta is very for our own market.
But I think Londoners in general are more open to kind of like experiencing that.
Yeah.
You know, if they really tapped into the right bloggers and the non-Filipino bloggers as well and reached their market,
Yeah.
You know,
you'll have a portion of those people going to Barrio Fiesta.
Yeah,
definitely.
for
Yeah,
sure,
we actually I actually invited some of our non-Filipino bloggers to come, and most of their responses were, "Oh, we'd love to come, but it's actually a bit too far for us." Because most vloggers or influencers that have your following, they're based in central London, or they do most of their work in zone 1 or zone 2.
I mean, I know running something like that is extremely expensive, and I've heard rumours that people have actually put their house against the event and have lost it, you know, as collateral, you know. So it's you know, respect to them to kind of organise that and trying to drum it up and you know sustain that year after year. But definitely, if something was closer, I'm sure they probably would have quadrupled the turnout.
Definitely.
You know, and it's still charged.
Too, right?
No.
The Hamza was fine.
Yeah,
like
Hamza
Hamza
was-
yeah, like everyone would go.
It'll be interesting to get one of the organisers in there and kind of understand on something like this and understand, you know, the
Why is
logistics.
it
The logistics of it and you know where it can go. You know, because the other thing it raises is this something that's sustainable? Do you reckon next year they can smash it at the park?
I think it's like a 50-50. It depends on how well they receive the feedback from vendors and guests and people they've invited for this year, and what they change.
Have anyone been invited to like a debrief or like
No.
So I was thinking that'd be good.
That would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a debrief.
I think they tried to do a debrief on the day of the last day.
Right.
But it was too late because people were packing up, everyone was kind of keen to leave, it was really late, tired, that kind of thing. But Bianca, who is the main organizer for the event, she's in charge of the event, she came to speak to me just to talk about how we found everything, our spacing, whether we wanted to do it next year, that sort of thing. So I think maybe that's kind of a debrief on their side.
Yeah, I think something a bit more structured and you know would actually help for next year.
Yeah, but I did mention I would love to sit down and talk with her and Lewis, who is the head of TFC here in Europe, and anyone else, just to talk about how we could improve the event together.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
I'd do it again.
You'll do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anything you'll do differently?
probably obviously because it was hard because I had to go
Yeah.
work on my videography with that. But probably apart from
What did you do? You did something. You spun off, right?
yeah, I had to go off a bit, go backstage.
Backstage.
Mm,
Those were some cool shots, man.
it was cool.
I know.
Nigo
Right.
posted you, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Famous Sinigo.
Oh my
An
god.
impression of you.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, the English accent.
Watch on the
Like-
not even watch on the vlog.
Yeah.
Watching the vlog,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I think I
You were there at the BBC studios as well.
Yeah, yeah.
You're the one. You're the main
Yeah,
person who
man.
captured those moments,
Yeah,
right?
so,
Sick. To be in that
Sick.
room would have been cool.
oh, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. But that's, for me, it was a very pleasant experience because I got to work with. So I wasn't working with the Barrio team
Yeah.
for parts of the day because I was working with Roz, and so that for me, like that part was like the coolest thing.
They look really down to earth, though.
They were so down to earth. Yeah, they were the best. Yeah, but and then Barrio, they like because I was actually videoing the stage performances for Nico and Casey.
Yeah.
They didn't accommodate me on the first day for food
Oh, because you.
because I'm technically not
That
with
is
them. But it's like
salty.
they're the
Damn.
same. They're the same company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would have hooked up a hello, man. Just.
Yeah, man.
I still ate that food.
Yeah, they so.
Ah, man.
But yeah.
That sucks a little.
Yeah,
But
we do it again, wouldn't we? Something different,
Yeah.
probably. What would we do differently? Try more food. Screw it. If they didn't assign food to us, we should have just done more food.
Yo, man,
Quite early on
650.
Saturdays.
Mm.
it doesn't take much to make, influencers happy, man.
Yeah.
A nice plate of
Yeah, man.
food.
Handler,
You know?
I wanted to eat something.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
ROI just giving you a dish, man.
I
It's
know.
it's
Because
crazy.
There's more options. Like, you just literally just kind of. Yeah.
What do you-
First day,
Udam.
second day.
You don't have to treat us like
Oh
my
royalty.
god, chop suey as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I was banging out that.
Like,
Chop suey is just stir fried
Chinese,
veg.
All you do is just put
Stir fried frozen veg.
They didn't
Do
feed
you-
Paolo.
They didn't feed Paolo.
Yeah, on the
Barry,
first
they
day.
want to feed me.
That's the Liberties.
Yeah, but it was good though. 'cause
Barrio
the
feed
artists
Paolo, man. Do you know who Paolo is? Feed him.
Hashtag feed
Feed
Paolo.
him, yo.
were- I'm good.
Feed the man.
Yeah, like it was pleasant, man. It was a pleasant experience working with the talent.
The talent, especially, I want
Yeah,
to
talent.
touch on that. Obviously, I'm not in touch with Filipino artists and pop culture.
Bro.
But when I saw was it KZ,
Yeah, KZ.
KZ, insane. All right, Nigo, I didn't get the opportunity to kind of see any of his content.
You could have thought it was a colour.
What's his name? Nigos.
Inigo.
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 Yeah.
Inigo.
Don't call him
Yeah.
Indigo.
There was one
Inigo.
person who did.
Do you think they're what's their strategy? Cross over into the UK market,
I think it's
Well,
more like
international.
Western.
international.
Yeah.
They're trying to want to make OPM, like not again.
OPM, can you explain what that OPM is?
Original
Official.
Pinoy music.
Okay, yeah.
Original?
Original Pinoy music.
I mean, I guess that's what everyone's trying to do. Their
Tradition.
traditional was good, but at the same time, they're still trying to like cut that chain, that ball and chain, of
Right.
that was just tradition.
The same
They
way
wanna
like
get,
K-pop has crossed over.
Yeah, same way.
Whatever Asian countries.
About
I think
it.
that's it.
And like
man.
Afro
Spanish.
Bangla,
Spanish.
Spanish.
Really
Spanish
bad.
definitely crossed
Spanish,
over.
yeah.
Isn't like Spanish like music right now one of the top earners in the world right now?
Yeah, I mean,
man.
like, everyone's like collabing with so many like
Yeah.
J Balvin, all of them.
But half the world
Big.
speaks Spanish as well though,
Yeah.
and the other half want to speak Spanish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, our language is quite close to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
Um,
speak
That's what they're
Tagalog?
trying to do.
Quantilang.
Quantity.
Quantity.
What is that? Quantity.
You think they could do it?
Yeah, I think both of them could. have
Yeah?
done, like,
I think
these
they could
two.
do it, yeah.
Yeah, they
Of
could do
course, yeah.
I think
Maybe
Casey.
They need more
Casey.
variety.
She's already
though. It's like,
attracting eyes.
why is it only
Yeah.
2 out of everything?
it.
I
Yeah,
think-
like
Yeah.
they could have got probably less stability. I mean, the traditional, the older
Yeah.
celebs.
What they're stick though, but they're doing that on stage.
no.
No.
But I mean, like, obviously, because you like Inigo, you like KZ. If
Right.
they brought like some of these more younger ones too, that everyone's up to date with. I get because Instagram, like we all
Yeah.
follow them on Instagram.
Yeah.
Inigo had 3 million followers, and
Right.
Yeah.
the rest of like a couple million too. Like,
Yeah.
if they brought more talent, younger talent.
Yeah.
I'm sure more people would like.
Well,
more
Bro,
younger-
if James
younger
Reed
talent.
came, bro,
Yeah,
I would
James
not.
Reed.
If
James
I would
Reed
not
would
be
do it.
working, I would just.
James Reed.
Gosh.
James Reed will
Oh my
follow that.
god.
Yeah.
Sugar.
Who? Who's James Reed?
You would still be working.
No, I've run away. Oh my
Fuck
god.
Mamasons.
I need you.
I'm
Bro,
gonna
I
say.
love him.
The Philly Beats aspect, that has huge potential, man. Like,
Yeah.
for that, if they solely went, because I feel like they didn't go 100%.
They didn't, you know.
They had the idea.
They had like apprehensions.
Yeah, they had the idea, but they went but they still had that apprehension. Like, because after seeing you guys backstage, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be
Yeah.
big. But then like the day came and it was like they still kind of had like just
Yeah.
1 foot out the door, just kind of like they're still kind of scared, right? But
Yeah.
if they go full on with it, if they just do solely on that Saturday,
Right.
young crowd,
Yeah.
bloggers, new media, new talent, more talent,
Mm-hmm.
more hype. I feel like they would have good if they like kind of had an introduction to
Yeah, no,
that.
there was one thing that we were talking about with I was
Like
speaking
Clencher,
to
which is like, yo,
Clencher.
next
He was we were Clencher and Bailey, like we were kind of
Who's
talking
Clencher?
backstage. Clencher is
MC.
an MC, but he also works for BBC.
Oh, yeah,
He's like a
yes,
radio
yeah.
host. And what we were saying was just it just felt a bit like
Bailey's the
we would just be.
beatboxer.
Oh no, Bailey's
No.
he's an
Baby,
artist.
mate.
He got but Clencher was saying how like it would have been better if we had like an intro and kind of like hype the crowd because the crowd didn't know who we were.
Yeah.
It was just a kind of like VTR
Exactly.
of us being like, oh, big Josh Mo, and then you just come on and you're like, all right, cool, and then the crowd doesn't know a lot of the artists. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
you're like,
Mamasons.
what's up, Barrio Fiesta? Nothing. Yeah, like it was like top crowd,
Yeah.
and Filipinos are like extra hard.
Ay,
They-
When I say Pinoy, you say power.
Yeah.
Or Filipinos like, Pinoy power.
Yeah, but it's one of those
Did he
things
did he
where
wrap him
like,
up though? Well done.
yeah,
Well
it
done.
kind
So well.
of, yeah, you kind of like it felt a bit like, oh, they were just pushing out these acts
Yeah.
without anyone
Yeah.
kind of like knowing who they were, no one picking them up, especially if they're artists who no one really knows who they are.
Because then what's the difference from the previous years when you said they were just kind of like an open mic?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very similar
You
to
put so
that.
much effort in giving them backup dancers and
Exactly.
rehearsals and
Yeah.
sound checks. You might as well on the day promote them a bit more.
Did they have a warm up host like?
Clencher was supposed to be the kind of like host, but it was very like they tried to make it very similar to like ASAP.
Oh.
If you ASAP's like a music variety kind of show in Philippines that runs every year. I mean every week. But the way it works for them, it works very well because all the artists who perform are very famous,
Yeah.
so they don't need no hype. But
They already have that.
because the person who did the show this year was they got a musical director who does ASAP, so he kind of like orchestrated the show how he was gonna be, things like that. But I think their kind of like thing that they got wrong was these artists don't have any backing. They don't have anyone who knows who they are. Maybe the family who's there to support, but then that's it. But you could see from the crowd and the turnout on the Saturday it wasn't as big because there wasn't that much artistas, and who would go for me or who would go for
I would.
XYZ. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
But I mean like,
Yeah, I was there. Like,
do you know what I mean?
We stopped taking orders when you were singing.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. We were like, wait, Josh is gonna perform. And they're like,
Who's Josh? Exactly. But on that side, I felt like they could have improved. Like in the next one, kind of like have a host or have something.
Yeah, you got to go
better
all
for
in
the
for
I
artist.
believe they didn't have a host.
hype man.
Yeah,
Hype
just
man.
the hype
Like
man.
Ridwan.
Like Clencher was supposed to be the hype man,
Your
but
own one.
he kind of like was hyping
Yeah,
at some
Ridwan.
points and then off. at
Bringing in
some
the
points.
customers on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had like, I wouldn't say he was an MC, but because we had our own little.
We had a little
setup.
stage made out
Yeah.
of pallet wood.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
It was like, could only fit 2 of us.
2 pallet wood stacked together,
Yeah.
and that was the stage.
And we had Ridwan, who
Shout.
was.
Keeping it barrio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he wasn't even Filipino. He was like saying all sorts of things. To
He's
get
saying his
people to
second
come.
cousin was Filipino.
Yeah, man.
That was
He
lit.
told some aunties he was half Filipino, so they were
He can
excited.
pass.
Yeah.
He can pass.
Yeah.
But you know that was
Cool.
fun, and we had a lot of we had Ray, your friend, perform like a little. It was kind of an open mic session.
Yeah, that was a good open mic.
And then we had this little incentive where anyone that wanted to sing, we'd give them a little hello hello.
Yeah, man.
And on Sunday, a few people actually did it,
Yeah.
which is quite cool. That was really funny. Yeah, so I had a group of guys. They were rapping. They did the rap song. That was cool. And then Madison, she sang a little song for a hello hello.
Did the duet. as well.
Filipinos love to perform, man.
Yeah, people DJ'd. We had a lot
Purple
of people.
Haze.
Yeah,
Purple
Purple
Haze.
I'm
Haze.
probably the only Filipino without that singing gene though.
And
You know?
Oh, but
Yeah,
but
but
you can rap.
dancing.
You
Huh?
can rap.
Dancing as well.
I can't rap. Let's not start that.
Let's
Alright.
not start that.
Let's not start that. I can't rap. I talk in a rhythm. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Anyway, guys, listen. Anything else you want to add? Barrio Fiesta? Any experiences that we've missed out on?
Say my side.
Would you do it again?
Will you
next
do it
I
time?
did
again?
again.
Yeah,
We're
For
doing-
like
Yeah.
on my side, I think like
There's room to improve.
room to improve, but then I just feel like I gained a lot of good things from it, like exposure, things like that, and treatment wise, they were really accommodating. Anything I wanted, or like food wise, you know, I was not starved like on the
Like
other
you.
side. Do you know what I mean? Like they were very caring, which was nice.
They just think about how.
And I got paid for it as well, which is cool.
Oh,
Nice
so-
little extra
yeah.
bonus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Jade? Would you do it next year?
With Mamasons, or would you go back to the OG family house, drying Loganisa 2 months?
Bro, you know what? All I need is more notice. Just more notice, you know. Just came back from Europe, and then you know, you guys are just like, boom, Jade,
Yeah.
Barrio Fiesta.
Yeah, it was
there
the
you
last.
go.
It was the
They,
last.
they
minute.
asked
minute.
us like 3 weeks before.
No, but it was
I
cool.
would do it again. Like I met a lot of people.
You know what? Yeah.
A lot of people mentioned my debut, which I was really confused about. I was
Wow,
so
you
confused.
said this.
Everyone was like, "You look really nice in your debut." I was like, "Did you
It
come?"
was from our story feed from Mamasons, so it was cool seeing people who follow us on our stories,
Yeah.
and you know,
People actually watch it and
they
actually
watch
remember
it.
it.
So we don't think about it. We don't just post these stories on our socials,
Yeah.
and we don't think about it. And like, oh shit, Kuya Omar, Teatime.
Tita May. Excuse me, that was a reverse. Auntie May Tita Omar.
Yeah, like Kuya Omar.
How dare
You
you?
look so young and that shit. Can I get a
Babe.
picture of you?
Oh my gosh.
No, I can't give my number out. Like, sorry.
You are like such a bullshitter. Like, those complete lies. Why do you always do this?
Anyway,
Why do you always lie to
would I do it again? Yeah,
to
it
our
was great.
YouTube?
No, it was cool. It was cool. I would do it again. It was nice seeing, you know, meeting new people
Yeah.
and
And old people as well. People
old
you haven't
people as
seen
well,
for
and
years.
Yeah.
community, and it was a great community vibe. You
Seeing
know.
people you haven't seen
Yeah, that
in
was
a long,
cool.
long
Yeah.
time. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They called him Tito all the time.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
We'll
Tito
cut that.
Omar.
But you know what time someone came, they were like, "Oh, where's the Tito and Tita that own this?" I was in my head, "Oh my god, they're gonna kill me if I say this." But yeah.
You guys, again?
Yeah, we do it again. Definitely.
Cool.
Definitely do it again.
Would we do it again?
Next
Yeah.
time you're bringing home pot of rice with you, right?
I'm saying, man, it could have been your content too.
Excellent. Well, listen, guys, thank you all for coming and being part of this conversation. Hopefully there's many more. You've been great. You've been great. No.
Thank
You
you.
want to say, you
Thanks.
want to talk about your links?
You can follow us on Instagram. You had me @.
And
Um,
our YouTube channel as well, you had me on. And we have food, fashion, lifestyle, and travel.
Yeah, look good coming soon, and we're in the Philippines next week, so
Excited.
Great. Guys, follow them up. They're amazing.
That's cool.
All right, great content. We love watching them. We're big,
Well,
we're
we'll
big,
leave all
big
the links
fans.
below.
We'll leave it. You want to follow up
Music.
these guys? You can check them on Mamasons. They're running the shop and they're running the whole business.
Running
But
the
your
shop.
personals?
I'm Josh Loma.
At-
Covers
at-
at Josh Loma.
What?
YouTube, Josh Loma. Facebook page, Josh Loma. Everything is Josh Loma. But yeah, a lot of my content's on there.
Follow me @_IsidroJade. Yes.
Alright, cool.
And obviously you can follow us on Mamasons or at Maginhawa. And if you like this video and you like the content today, give it a thumbs up. Comment below.
Ooh.
Turn that subscription. I fucked it up, sorry.
this way.
Turn that notification bell on.
Substitute.
Turn on.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
Wait. You didn't say tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe. Alright?
Subscribe.
And subscribe, guys.
And subscribe.
Huh?
And unsubscribe.
On.
I said
And subscribe.
Alright.
Okay, wait.
Sabay, sabay, sabay.
No, that's cool. It's done. They know what to do. Alright? Cool? We good? Is this it?
Yeah.
That's it. Alright.
Yeah.
First podcast.
Yes.
Well done, well done, well done.
Oh my god, I've never talked for so long.